They instantly banned the brew though. So that's the question. I mean, if you wanted brew, you probably had to pick it there because I think Brewmaster is just way more obvious to ban than Lycan is.
Yes.
So to me, that says
so.
Infamous just did not want the brew. Then again, we've seen some teams banning the Lycan today, so who knows?
I think Lycan's potentially easier to manage though with what they've got. You know, like Disruptor, Ursa, Pugna, even Rubik. Like all of them have snares and way of handling Lycan. I don't know if that's the case with Brewmaster. I think he has the potential to make Ursa's life a lot more difficult in that mid game with his ultimate.
Kind of looks like a good Darkseer game, aside from the age-old classic of Glimpse post Surge.
Yeah, Lycan does love that Ion Shell, though.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out, yeah, exactly, like how can we enable this Lycan further? That's why it's kind of standing out to me. I guess the Doom is also still in. That could be okay. I guess most heroes are just kind of awful versus Ursa, though, which is why I gravitate towards, like, people that just don't have to interact with him. Like, that's why Ion Shell's so good.
What about like something, I don't know if they'll have enough damage, but Underlordy, you know, somebody that can be the beefcake in the front line but still give some kind of ensnare to help, or you know, snare to help Lycan.
The problem with that is that they all get bodied by Ursa. If you think about Tide or Underlord, or even like, I mean, they've been picking Abba lately.
True. Who else? I'm trying to think of someone that doesn't get crippled by Ursa but still enables Lycan to really do what Lycan wants to do.
I think they
also an offlane.
Try and push towers. Like, that's why I kind of like the Darkseer. I think everything else from Darkseer syncs up pretty well with them here. And they're going to ban the Lifestealer, which again kind of makes me think Darkseer. They play so much Darkseer too, my god.
Can't think of too many better suggestions than old Darkseer. I think I'm just biased towards Underlord because I like playing him, but
10 seconds remaining.
A little bit of time
there's
left
also
in
Centaur,
the reserve.
if they want to try that. It can sometimes help versus he's like the Pugna and everything, like gives you some extra catch and everything, but I don't think he really helps their early game. Like, he doesn't build the auras fast enough. Ooh, a Bat Rider. Okay, so this is more lane focused, as we were talking about, like these heroes versus the Ursa. Definitely forgot about the Bat. We saw that banned in the first phase a couple of our games this morning.
Yeah. I like it here. I think it fits pretty close to that set of parameters we laid out. Definitely helps out Lycan, gives them a really nice initiator, so you're a little less reliant on Bane to catch the initiations.
So now they're in a bit of a pickle here. It's like we try and put the Pugna mid versus the Viper, and we want, like, let's say you picked a Bat Rider counter in the lane, like that Lifestealer they banned out, or if they went back for the PL, then they're going to be constantly trying to do the matchup if they want the Ursa versus the Lycan, and then the PL or whatever it's going to be versus the Bat Rider. Then you end up in a lane swap territory, which kind of favors LGD though, because they have the Glimpse, where you got to be careful.
Well, this is crazy, but I think Jug actually could work okay. It's pretty good in that matchup.
Same logic for sure.
Against Bat Rider, you know, he's kind of like a Lifestealer replacement. They made it work last game. You've got the healing, but it's the PL. Okay, that's your other option in that situation.
Yeah. No, I actually kind of would have liked the Jug too.
I think that's the aspect of Jug that people seem to forget about sometimes, is that healing ward. And that's so unique to carries, having like an AoE heal for the team where you can siege, back up for 15 seconds, and then just re-engage again.
It was probably, though, the single target BKB piercing probably was too much, though. That they probably weren't up for. Like, the Jug game does look good, but the cooldown on spin is really long versus the sticky napalm. Even though, like, Doppelganger isn't great, it's still better. And then the Fiend's Grip and Lasso and Viper Strike, you have no chance of, like, missing basically your target, right? Whereas for the PL, they do not have good wave clear. And they don't have a great way to target him with Lasso and everything if he's just in his clump.
I think I like this LG draft a little bit better.
Yeah, me too. I don't really... I mean, obviously, we just saw them get absolutely obliterated, so it's hard to really picture Infamous winning a game after playing like that.
Yeah.
But that was largely due to the lanes. These lanes look a little better.
I think the lanes will probably go better, but I think the mid game, again, it's just a little bit easier for LGD. It's a great Rubik pick. You have a way to deal with the Viper, which isn't always the case. They showed us what you can do with Disruptor last game. I have a lot of faith in the Pugna to take objectives and follow up. It's a it's a great front line. They've got a great mix of damage with physical, magical, a good back line, a good front line. It's just a very well-rounded draft. You look at Infamous, and you're relying a lot on this Bat Rider. You're definitely relying a lot on your supports, and there is pressure to make this Lycan pick worth it. I think to make this Lycan look good, you're going to have to win fights, and then you need to be able to punish and take those objectives. There's definitely a path to victory for Infamous this game, but I think the ease of execution advantage favors LGD.
I think the hardest part will just be using the Lycan in the like in his ult form. Like once he's out of ult, their damage is pretty weak.
Scaling may be a little bit of an issue as well.
Prepare for battle.
I think Ursa, PL, Pugna just straight up outscales this Infamous draft if we're going 45 minutes plus.
Who outscales who, sorry? You said LGD, right?
I was saying LGD, yeah. I think late game,
sure.
they've just...
Because the PL has no answers late game.
Got a clear advantage. And it's also one of those games where, let's say the lanes don't go perfectly and you have to sacrifice either the Ursa or the PL and mid's a wash. You still have one scary core that's getting a lot of farm. I don't think Infamous will be able to shut down both of them. So if PL has a slow start, Ursa will make the space for him, or kind of vice versa. And that's the kind of stuff that scares me a little bit.
Hard to tell who saw what on those wards down there. I don't know if anyone even has a sentry on the Radiant. I can see both teams pinging a lot in the mid lane, but it looks like Bane's the only one with a sentry here. So,
yeah, no Radiant sentries. Boots first on Rubik though.
Off lane Rubik gets to play with Chalice on the Ursa, so just needs to make sure that he can always be positioned in between. He wants the bear in between himself and the enemies, pretty much over and over. But Bane is the great bounty rune guarantor. Really not a whole lot you can do.
Sure is. We'll see a little skirmish down bottom, and Ame won't be able to pick that one up. It's going to be Infamous that grabbed 3.
And he takes the Doppelganger really early. Jeez, he's still going to take a ton of damage. Just knew that he was forced in a really bad spot there. So costly for Ame. 5 more tangos to work with, and he's also got 4 on X Nova. You've got to imagine those are going to start being passed over.
And to the lanes we go. 2-1-2 for both sides. Pugna Viper mid, no surprise there. Down bottom, we'll see the Dark Willow Bat Rider off lane against the Disruptor PL.
What's interesting is that X Nova actually didn't have enough from the bounty runes to get stick either. Plus the way that Infamous positioned themselves, so X Nova needs to get to the side shop. And it looks like it'll be okay now, actually, with this wave pushing out. So he's very relieved because you need a stick in this lane.
And up top, Bane Lycan against the Rubik Ursa, as you mentioned before. Definitely a better laning setup compared to last game. I would expect this to be a lot more even.
The only problem is that they have no kill potential. For
they being
the dire side. Yeah. It's just like the Bane can keep on like throwing out these brain saps, and that's kind of it.
Say if you walk into 3 brambles in a row, they might have some kill power. But
oh, I'm talking top lane.
Oh, just top.
Bottom lane is great.
Well, even that, I think it's still, they have some kill power, but it's not super easy. They've got some tools on PSG.LGD as well.
Probably see this Willow take the mid lane at some point when the Viper's ready to head to the jungle, probably around like 5 or something like that.
Wow, Ame just TPs back to the tower, keeps him alive. X Nova barely gonna survive there.
Yeah, this is like the PL is definitely good versus the Bat Rider, especially in the mid and the late game, and he has the value of the Dispel in the laning stage, but in the earlier levels it is really weak. As you can see, the cooldown starts at 25, so pretty brutal.
Yeah, definitely agreed there, but this is a short-lived road bump.
Top.
Up top, is that gonna be a kill on Wu? Nightmare. Chalice gets woken up, and Bane will make it back. They'll just finish off the creep instead.
Yeah, it cost them basically nothing, though. 75 mana on the Ursa and telekinesis on the Rubik, so...
Check out his mid lane a little bit. XM actually winning the matchup against Viper, 11-5 versus 10-1.
Yeah, you can see Tomato's already off to the jungle. Just pushes the wave in, but XM is going to grab it and pull it over to the side camp here, too. So he wants to try and keep pace with this Viper.
Very nice.
the benefits of the Radiant mid lane. But this is what I'm talking about, the Dark Willow coming mid, because eventually Viper, that's one of the benefits of the heroes, that they can just farm up in there, and of course the Dire Triangle too, and then try and accelerate this Dark Willow.
Yeah, we didn't really talk about Pugna as a lane solution to Viper. I wouldn't call it a counter per se, but the decrep, very annoying and makes Viper's last hitting life a little bit more difficult, so you can at least mess with him and stop him from free farming.
Yeah, and it's just like the Viper, like how are you ever going to kill the Pugna? Until you're 6, and then you at least have a chance for it, but then he can still do things like decrep and TP and stuff.
Yeah.
And then you run into the problem of like Viper just wants to kill the wave, run to the jungle and farm the jungle, but Pugna can blast the wave just as quick. So then it's, you know, suddenly he's on your tower and destroying it. So it was a really nice grab from LGD before the last phase. Like oftentimes you want to save your mid, but they reveal the Viper so early that they get this Pugna.
Yep. Looking at the bottom lane, Ame getting some farm, but certainly not free farming. 12 and 4. Still a bit of a tough lane for him. And Bat Rider on the other side of the coin, getting some decent last hits. This offlane Ursa, kind of as predicted, he's doing just fine.
Yeah, they haven't gotten any kills though. I mean, obviously there's still no first blood yet in this game, so the fact that Mason is getting a half decent start already looks better than the last game.
Yeah.
The problem will just be, I guess Infamous had the better first rotation last game too, even, honestly, with the Queen of Pain, but the problem was that the lanes were still so bad at that point. In this game, the rotation's not really going to be from the mid lane hero. It's probably going to be from the Dark Willow, as they're again hunting after Wu as he makes the pull. But Mason really trying to get after this double wave they pulled in here.
Good positioning all around. A lot of respect going the way of this Rubik Ursa combo. Being very careful not to get caught by the telekinesis, though. As I say that, Wu going to step a little too far forward. Tomato making the rotation. Nightmare's already been used. This is the 5-minute runes.
Oh man, Mason's getting a triple wave under his tower right now. He is so happy.
And they're going to get a first blood from the Bane. So 3-to-1 bounty runes, but LGD get a first blood to make up for it.
FY even comes in with a Fade Bolt to push back Mason. And they'll start denying these creeps. Oh, he's so sad. Things were looking up for a moment there, and then they come back.
Ultimate's available from the mid lane now.
Radiant structures are fortified.
And a potential rotation. Rubik headed towards the mid, though Tomato's pretty far under his own tower. Curious to see how long he sticks around.
I mean, we know where Viper players want to go. He knows that he wants to kill this wave. And yeah.
Well, Pugna starts it off, gets a lot of damage. There's the telekinesis. Willow also making the rotation, sets up the stun on the Pugna. He'll be forced to retreat. No kill on the Viper, but a lot of damage done.
That was a standing still Pugna, right? I just want to clarify that he just missed the root. Moose? I mean, I see a bronze star on this Dark Willow. Don't let me down here. Can't miss these skills. The cooldowns are not that low.
Yeah, it's true. Tomato standing right next to his shrine, sort of baiting in FY as best he can. Wu also going to be nearby. XM going to rotate up, but Moose is still down here. Who's actually going to find the first kill? It will be the Dire, but maybe an exchange back the other way. XM grabs one before he gets stunned up by the Cursed Crown. It's a hasted up Pugna, so very speedy. Tomato trying to body block, but Tomato. That's on.
I like Tomato. That was great, but that was a nice way to save Moose.
I got way too American
by this ward though, so let's be a little bit cautious there. Xnova didn't linger around after placing it though, and I don't think he got spotted. Look at this little vision triangle that he's gone for. A bunch of fresh wards all planted down here. You can see where they're looking to play from the side of LGD.
Peta in pretty deep. Does have a TP scroll and can use it straight away. No vision. Work there. Very quiet game, much different from our first match in this series. Still hasn't jumped beyond a 1K net worth lead on either side. LGD with a very small advantage right now, but not much to write home about.
Radiant cores. LGD looking good, but as you said, it's not a big lead at all. It basically just comes down to a couple of these kills, but that is a very quick pick on the Wu.
Ooh, he dies.
Mono has the level 8 though. He got the Viper strike.
First crown makes it up to the high ground. Viper can't quite get the angle. Rubik with most of his abilities on cooldown, but XM goes back in. He wants this Willow perhaps. She shifts into the Nether Realm, and now Pepita's here stacking up the sticky, and that will secure the kill on XM. Now down low, lasso onto FY. Cursed crown on the high ground. 2 dead on the side of PSG.LGD as Infamous secure themselves a duo.
Yeah, Pepita managing to find something when he just can't go to his lane because his PL has gotten the levels where he's safe. And he's manages to get the kill on the Pugna to get himself 2-6, and then that helps get them the end 1, something that Disruptor's supposed to be doing right now with the glimpses you'd expect. But Xnova's just trying to get to level 4. He just gets it under this tower. Ooh. Although Ame still pretty scary as well as Chalice though, so I'm a little worried for Infamous because they're starting to lose this tower essentially for free. Look at this big wraparound. Chalice might know he's done for.
Up top, yes indeed. Trying to make his way through the Bramble Maze. Will clip him once. Lycan get the ultimate. I don't know if this is going to be enough though. FY's here.
Oh, Mason, don't do it. Let him go.
He wanted to dive it. He thought about it.
Yeah, he just kind of juked and jived enough that the Bane couldn't get in position for the Nightmare, so then they couldn't find like a nice surround to try and stop him from getting out. So Chalice just fully pushing it to the limit, and then XM's able to just come in right after with 1 Nether Blast and secure that tower. So really solid stuff. They are taking some damage on their mid here, and there's no one here to catch this wave, but it's not going to end up being a whole lot to worry about here on the side of LGD. And suddenly what was basically no lead is 2K here just from the help of towers.
Trent, this is what I'm worried about. It's the Phantom Lancer. Ame down bottom is farming pretty well. Number 1 on net worth now. That whole window we talked about where things are rough for him has pretty much expired, and he's not that far away from a Yasha.
But look, they're 20 gold within each other. Okay, 70 now if he gets those last. Isn't that crazy? All 3 cores? That is really rare to see.
That tight. Like all of them within 100 gold of each other, yeah. But
it's kind of
we haven't even seen this PL pop off yet, and Infamous are already... well, not maintaining the momentum.
Got him.
That's cute. Well done, Papita. On the other side. Uh-oh, that's Mason. They're going to find the dog, and they're going to put him in the kennel.
That's his jungle. What are they doing in there? It's not very nice.
Well,
what happened to all these wards down bottom?
If you ask yourself, where's the Lycan likely to be right now? There's only a couple answers to that question.
When you see half the map down there. Yeah.
Willow going to be able to get away from that one, but kind of the perfect target to find in that situation. Lycan has an okay kit working on the Necro Book, but this is that delicate window where Lycan really needs to power farm. He wants to accelerate. He wants to get to those items that allow him to take over the game, sort of like killing an anti-mage right after a Battle Fury. It's pretty much the perfect time. That cripples him so much.
They knew he had his ward too, or they knew he didn't have his ulti, right? And now he TP's right on top of this ward in the bottom lane. And they still see everything, so if they want to just go up top, they can. But it looks like they're content on getting the Blink Dagger on the Ursa, as well as level 6 on Xnova before they want to play aggressive again. Probably going to be... oh, the Yasha's done, but man, this courier is...
They're going in.
It's having a time.
FY up top. Telekinesis doesn't pull him back. Realizing there could be reinforcements. He might have bit off more than he could chew here. On the other side... maybe looking to chase down Xnova, but he'll make it back in time. And then down bottom, Pepita just gets repelled. So, quick pick on FY. Little freebie for Infamous.
Yeah, punished a bit for playing so far up there. So, Xnova did just buy the smoke. He's still waiting for some experience to get 6, though. And then he just wants to pair up with Chalice and his Blink Dagger. But the Tricore are all at this bottom tower. Pepita's here. He's got the drums, but no other real means of initiation. And they're going to come back to the shrine just to smoke up. Pugna's a little low on mana, though. It's going to force the pop here.
Well, same idea for Infamous. They're already smoked behind that tier 3.
Oh, bad spot to run into them, though. Oh, nice ward.
Might cross the river. This is so scary.
And they never actually brought the smoke out. It's still in the stash of the Disruptor, so...
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Now it's coming out on the courier. And Ame's just going to head top. He's saying, yeah, I've had enough of this. There's 5 heroes bottom thanks to all these wards. Again, that one rotation has done so much for them. They're about to expire now, but these wards, all 3 of them lasted full duration on that bottom half. And it just gave Ame so much breathing room. Like, he never had to worry about anything.
X-Nova. Find his way through the trees. He'll be good. I like this build from Papita. Round boots, bracer, drum of endurance. Just beef up. Gone are the days of rushing the blink dagger and getting away with it.
Yeah, the drums were... It's like a harder game for drums because he doesn't get to play a lot of jungle and he didn't really dominate his lane. So it gets a little awkward because, like, what are his drums doing for him in all this downtime? Like, he's kind of moving around, but he's not bodying or forcing him out of lane. He's not even hitting camps because he's giving them all to his Viper.
Yeah, it shifted. For the first bit of the game, it was pretty much him versus PL down bottom, and he was cutting the wave a lot.
Yeah.
So exactly. I don't know exactly when he picked it up, but the game has definitely changed since then. Initiation mid, Chalice jumps in onto the Viper, but he's got a lot of friends nearby. He's now on the defensive. Flaming Lasso is there with the ultimate expired. I don't know if Ursa can live through this, or Kenny makes it up to the high ground. Now his teammates are here. Wu's going to go down first. A 1-for-1. Bat Rider makes it back up to the Radiant side of the river. He'll get caught by a Decrypt, though. Another Q from Pugna will bring him down, making it now a 1-for-2. Infamous, low on HP, will not suffer any more casualties.
These Rubik Nether Toxins are doing so much damage. Look how much damage Rubik did in that fight, actually. He had 4 Nether Toxins out. With the,
Damn.
Yeah, and this is, what, 1 point into Arcane Supremacy? That's it's only going to get worse from there.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. Rubik really is looking like that go-to against a Viper if you don't have any other options.
And X-Nova just sitting under this Viper, has the double sentry keeping him safe. Now he's going to see the Dark Will, and he's like, ooh, that's an easier kill.
Does have some teammates inbound, but same story for the Dire right now. Necro Book level 1, secured on Mason.
He's only got a little bit of time left here on this Invis rune, and they are really, like, it looks like they're almost trying to bait out Tomato.
Still 14 seconds on his ultimate also. Finally grabs him, and look at how fast they react. But Willow there with a beautiful fear, and it might still be enough to keep Tomato alive, and instead they're going to turn on the Ursa. They've got a Fiend's Grip and the damage. 1 down, and he's on the side of LGD.
Really well played by Infamous. Just dangling that Viper out there. Like, come on. I know you want to. You got a Blink Dagger on your Ursa. You guys want to kill, and then you're going to Roche. I know how this game works, right? Exactly what they were planning. And they're able to quickly turn that one around, even out of an Invis rune. So I'm sure very disappointing there for LGD. Not the way you expect that to go. That should have just been a free engagement for you. And the whole time Papita's just down bottom. He's finally trying to get into that next item. Is it worth going bots or Blink? Let's see. This game, what is the catch situation like? The bots do look pretty tempting, but all right. Well, they're not going to be scared away here. They just go straight back into Dire territory, but Wu catches them with the Nightmare.
Great positioning from Wu to break the smoke, and also catches the Ursa. Remember, he's got the Blink Dagger, so that completely stopped this smoke gank dead in its tracks. X-Nova forced to use the ultimate in combination with a kinetic field, and it's not even going to be enough to save him. Mu's able to finish him off from downtown. Now Viper headed up to the high ground, takes some decent damage. Fiend's Grip. A chaotic fight, but Tomato, he's going to be the one to take big damage. Can't tell which poison is which, but I think Rubik's returning a lot of damage here, Trent.
Yeah, and they're still chasing after with Ame, but it looks like he will relax just for a second. The full wand pop now from the Dark Willow as well as the Bedlam will keep her safe. Papita wants the grab.
Oh, they're going to turn on the Chalice just like that. Maybe they can bring down Wu again. He will fall. XM, though, he's in pretty hard. He gets brought down. 2 for 2. Infamous able to walk away without taking any more losses there, and they killed 2 cores themselves. I don't know what I saw in that fight that I thought was a Fiend's Grip, but did Rubik have it stolen?
Man, the Bane brain sap. I'm not sure, actually. I was just looking at the... That Ursa died so fast, actually. He got hit by the Shadow Realm for 266, and he got brain sapped, both in the same 0.2 seconds. So he lost 563 HP. Did not get a chance for his ulti.
Starting to feel kind of bad for this Ursa. He's... like, that was almost just unlucky the way they were positioned there, and the Bane was just the perfect hero for the Nightmare to start that fight off. He just hasn't
They're
been able
forcing
to
it too much
get in
though,
there.
for sure, right? Like, you saw how they were playing before based off of their forward vision. Right now, they have no aggressive vision, and they're just running in smoked up. Like, sometimes that pays off like that, but they're really forcing the issue way too hard for the Roche. At the same time, they know that they're drawing Infamous away from farming, so they're still keeping a net worth lead because Ame is very scary at the moment with the Diffusal Blade.
Yep. Key item up on him, and oh, they might have another go on this Viper. Another setup into the Static Storm, and this time they've got the right clicks. Tomato down. The rest of Infamous starting to retreat. Wu, maybe the first one left behind. Glimpse will pull him back. Nightmare buys him a second, but the Bane is done for. That's how you got to do it.
And that was FY. Instantly, he goes for the lasso, like telekinesis, into his own lasso, steals the Netotoxin, breaking the Viper, and not such a tanky hero anymore.
See, that's what they were expecting to happen with the invisibility rune on Viper. Just took the second go around to make it happen.
So now into the pit they go. And that is Rubik Netotoxin.
As Viper is dead.
Yeah.
You know, handy. Don't worry, I got you guys.
If they're stacked on top of each other, I don't think there's any way to tell the difference. It's just a giant puddle of green.
Yeah, no, there's no real telling.
The Nether Toxin. How is this Bat Rider doing? He has picked up the Boots of Travel now, so prioritizing movement speed over the Blink Dagger. And 1,700 gold, not that far away. Of course, will be a key item. And the Necro Book 3 just around the corner. So Mason has actually had this time to farm that I was talking about. He's number 1 on net worth for their team, just behind that of the Pugna. He's starting to beef up.
Yeah, his Necro 3 will be really nice for the Pugna.
Yeah. Speaking of Pugna, Dagon level 1 also up, so more burst damage for PSG. Either lens, Dagon.
Yeah, this is some nasty stuff here. It's, the Pugna is just, they can't even see it, right? I mean, you see the ping from the Dark Willow, because there's another ward on the high ground, and there's some blasts hitting your tower. But he's able to sit so far back with the 8th lens that he doesn't even show on the mini-map. So you have to be paying attention to make sure you don't just lose a bunch of damage to your tower.
Definitely getting a little bit of server lag here on my side. I don't know if you're getting that as well.
I only got it that one time, and then it went away, so hopefully it'll just dissipate for you.
Yep,
So
I'm having that. My in-game frames are high, but I think we're getting some packet loss or something along the way.
I think it's just the servers. You know,
Yep.
Probably an auto chess tournament going on or something.
Well, you know, what are you going to do?
I mean, how it is. 20-minute bounties. Dire going top, Radiant going bottom. You can see that LGD have made a point of trying to get better vision up in that same area. And maybe where we're going to see them play up next, trying to take that top tower for now. They're going to be very happy, easily taking bottom. Difficult to retaliate here from the side of Infamous and PL. Okay, so instead of going Manta with his Diffusal, he goes back for the S and Y. Gives himself a little bit of status resistance here. And there's some general beefiness. Okay.
I kind of like it, actually. The way they're playing this, he needs to be active, and I think he'll get more value out of it than a Manta if they take a fight in the immediate future, and it seems they will. Papita pulled back with a glimpse. There is a Fiend Script onto the PL, but I don't know how much it's going to matter. Wu keeps himself alive. They're pulling this Ursa in deep. Chalice with no hope. But on the other side, Wu does get killed. It's a 1-for-1. Ame may be left behind, able to doppelganger back. A nice kinetic field. Rod of Atos slows him down a bit more, but the Willow finally falls. Man, she went down quick.
Well, that looked really good because they threw everything on that Bat Rider. They knew he was about to slip himself away there with the Boots of Travel, but he's able to steal away the Ursa. But the fact that you lose this Dark Willow, who's still level 11, not having the second point in her ulti, hurting her, especially with the damage amp in the Bedlam, almost doubles up there when you hit 12. But she didn't even get a chance for it, as he did get off the life drain before she could get into the Shadow Realm.
5K net worth now at 20 minutes. Infamous hanging in there.
Instantly for that next tower, man.
Tier 1, Tier 2, gone. Boom. Into the mid lane. They didn't even bring the PL.
Power of the Pugna. Bat Rider does not have lasso.
They know that there's no Lycan ulti, so they're able to play more aggressive.
Okay. And back to farming we go. Roshan, still a long time till the big boy comes back.
BKB, yeah. Coming up for the Earth. And they're smoking. All right, who are we lassoing? What's the play here?
I think catching the Ursa could work pretty well. It has in the last couple fights. He's going to be the one that gets bumped into, and there it is. It's Chalice. Fiend's Grip up in just a couple of seconds, but he's got friends. On the other side, they're going to grab the Viper, and that'll go 1-for-1 to start off the fight. Lycan with the ultimate form on, trying to figure out if he wants to fight or run, and it looks like it'll be the latter, but the glimpse! The long-range glimpse indeed. He gets pulled back. Kinetic Field won't lock him in. Shapeshift just about to expire, but he makes it back past his tier 2.
I'm more surprised the Dark Willow was able to get to that one, honestly. He was so low. There's some beautiful... I don't know, something great about this Rubik just destroying the Viper every fight. He does nothing. He did 280 damage to that engagement. He just gets Nether Toxin and he dies right away. Nice to see him, get a taste of it, as he said.
It was one of those like smoke on smoke situations where Infamous were thinking, hey, we caught the Ursa, this is great, and then LGD wrap around and they go, wow, we caught the Viper, this is great. Unfortunately, Infamous had lessened the tank after those two initiations, and Ame is in this scary spot where he is close to popping off. Heart of Taras queued up next, and he is not far off, Trent.
No, he's really not. About like 1,400 gold or so, which does not take too long for him, and that should be done in time for the Roche, and therefore the Roche fight. So the next Lycan ulti currently 30 seconds away, and they're already feeling pressured to smoke up here. They've got the Blink, they've got the lasso, and really they're just letting Mason farm this ancient camp. Because they're just like, yeah, we kind of need Lycan ulti to win a fight. So we're just all stuck here waiting for him.
What do you grab next on Lycan, you think? 3k gold after the Necro 3.
Probably BKB. I don't think he has a choice. Depressing as that is.
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, that's a good grab.
Here we go. Lasso over the tree line. Glimpse. Might not break it. Yes, it does. It's just enough room, but FY still gets brought down nonetheless. Who are they going to find next? X-Nova. He gets rooted up. They find both supports. It's a great rotation from Infamous. I don't know that these cores from LGD are going to be able to do much in response.
Dude, how fast was Mason on that purge? Yo. I mean, I haven't really praised Mason too much, but he got him out of that Yules like instantly. Like he was onto that Necro Archer so fast.
Sign of life out of Infamous. It's only a pick off on a set of supports. Still a decent net worth gain, but gonna need a few more of those to really change the state of this game.
It's all about that next Roche, really. Oh, well, sometimes you go for a bad.
Okay. Missed that one. Sorry about that. Freebie for XM. They level 2 Dagon, so probably didn't miss anything too exciting. Bane getting tasered.
He's looking at that big brain play. He's thinking there's got to be something. I think that's his plan right now. It's like, there's got to be something beyond BKB. Like let's say I buy a BKB. He's just doing it. All right. That's my question. If he hadn't bought it that whole time, he had the empty slot. He must have been considering, right? Or else he would have loved to have that Ogre Club quite a bit earlier. So it just comes down to there's really nothing else, unfortunately. But there it is. The PL having the heart. And how are they going to kill this guy?
Have a heart, Trent. Here we go. Initiation. They're going to catch the Bat Rider. That's not the way it's supposed to go. This time, Chalice finally finds his vengeance, shows off that BKB, and gets a kill on the enemy initiator. Now they want Moose. This Dark Willow on the run. Does have a Yule's Scepter, but Ame, he gets the charge. TP. And Willow's going to live. Gotta love that Nether form. Or Shadow Realm.
Almost had it. And the Roche timer, oh my god, 20 seconds. 15 seconds away now. This thing is instantaneous. Neither team has a good way to scout it, though. I guess Lycan will be the best.
Ame, he's going in. Tomato, able to use his Guardians.
All right, will Ame die this game?
I don't think so.
I'm voting
I'm going to go no.
Well. I think
if he was going to die, it was going to be before he got Heart of Tarask.
I think, Mason checking that BKB. It does work. Yeah, no, not great.
I panicked. I thought you were talking about a wraparound. I was like, oh god, where's Mason? What's he doing? Oh. Well, that's a 10-second BKB bummer.
Yeah, not ideal.
I don't think they saw it, though. That is a key thing. I don't think LGD saw it. He was too far back.
I think that maybe it was nighttime. It was hard to tell.
I didn't see exactly where he popped it,
pings, so maybe not.
Guessing from the mini map. Oh, mid lane again. They're just going to charge straight in. Chalice pops his BKB again. They've killed Wu. They really want this Viper, and he's going down pretty fast. Another blink forward, and they will find that kill. 2 dead, no buybacks available for Infamous. Moose will head east. He'll survive, but now mid lane, it could be under pressure. Creeps still pushed out. 1 melee creep snuck by, holding things back, but they can still siege pretty easily with Pugna from the low ground regardless.
You know that really like goofy Mason laugh that he does when he's casting and he sees someone do something really stupid? I just envision him watching someone do that same BKB play and having that goofy laugh. He's probably not laughing quite as hard right now at these 2 games.
Yeah.
And yeah, into the Roche, they will be getting themselves that Aegis and cheese.
And Viz PL down bottom also. Ursa should be able to take this down. Easy peasy. XM just sort of lingering outside of the pit. Gonna be a butterfly on this Phantom Lancer before too long.
Oh no, that's scary. I don't think he needs the items. Can he just donate his gold? Can he just buy a moon shard for this Rubik or something? I think he's good. You know, Ame's he's had his time.
I mean, FY's not really broke himself, dude. He's got a blink. Yule's working on an Aghanims.
Yeah,
he's doing all right. He's number 1 on the supports by a pretty good margin there.
They pick such strong cores that they can get away with this. Like their support duo is like kind of trash, right? Like Rubik Disruptor, but their cores are so strong that it doesn't matter. These are 3 strong laning cores.
Oh yeah. That Bane just got obliterated.
And then if you can get out of the lanes, obviously these 2 supports are great. Like these are like ultimate late game supports.
Yeah. Again, folks, having some connection issues over here to Europe, it seems. Definitely game-based lag, so not a hell of a lot I can do about it.
Go.TV?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, nothing's happening anyway.
It's not too bad. It's just
oh yeah, I just got a little bit of it too. Yep. Papita.
Glimpse back. Hello, Bat Rider. He's going to make him work for this. No escape route.
Oh, Dark Willow. Run with your Shadow Realm.
PL just feels unstoppable right now.
Yeah, he's not going down.
What 25 talent do you think he grabs here? Is this an obvious doppelganger game?
I don't know. I almost kind of want to see the crit. I feel like he's not going to die anyway. Does he even need doppelganger? I don't think he's even going to get it. But if I had to guess, I feel like Ame's going to take the crit.
Yeah, seeing the Lycan die there, this one could be over sooner rather than later. But I mean, that was a heartbreaker. That's their position 1. That's their big farmer. That's their big boy. Their big boy just got put to sleep. I didn't know euthanasia was legal in Dota. Wu in some trouble
for the Bane too.
Bane, he's actually going to survive through all of that, but the fact that all they can do is run behind their tier 4s into the well is certainly not a good sign. No glyph for the Dire here. Mid tier 3 falls, top tier 3 taking some damage. Lycan up in 10. He does have a buyback. Definitely understand why Mason wants to hold it.
Failure isn't an option. Dire's top tower has fallen.
Buyback now from the Willow. Mid-range go down. They will grab a lasso. Ursa possibly in trouble, but remember, he's got Aegis. So back to life he'll come. And now they jump in. The PL's here. Ame doing what damage he can. Is a decent terrorize. Sets up onto FY, but Chalice BKB on. He is hungry. And this bear is hunting. Tomato in the front lines just getting ripped apart by Phantom Lancer after Phantom Lancer. Chalice getting brought down low, but healed up by XM. Sharing is caring, though a 3-hero cursed crown. Can Moose clean it up? He's only got 1. Chalice goes down 2. They've actually lost the Pugna on top of that. He's bought back. Moose gets brought down by Ame, though. There's a full butterfly on the PL. He's going to back out, but he is feeling pretty darn godlike. Infamous hang on, but it's some damage done. Buybacks used.
I mean, this is a pretty crazy hang, though. Like, they kept both melee racks narrowly alive. All right, Ame, don't throw this.
Let's see it. He's going to go in onto the Bat Rider. He needs to be a little careful here. Not too cocky. He doesn't make it to the low ground. This is potentially scary. BKB from Papita into the tier 4s. This PL's going for it. Doppelganger again. He's got a Pugna in here with him, and I think he's just regenerating too much, Trent.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they can't kill him, but it's just like, this looks a little unnecessary.
I mean, he's an actual raid boss right now. Mid barracks have been brought down. Tomato finally dies as XM jumps back in, and that's it. He calls GG. He knows it's over, and PSG.LGD will take game 2. Much less convincing fashion, but a flawless victory for Ame's PL.
Yeah, Ame, just incredible couple of games. We talked about how it looked like Fnatic were having trouble enabling Abed to really like stand out these games. I feel like LGD just made the 2 best picks possible. I think he got 10th pick both times, right? Or at least close to it. With the PL and the Jug. Just both games. Yeah, it was 10th pick both times, I think. So, damn fine game.